Hello, it's Dr. Flannery, and I have gotten several questions from y'all that are wanting to be answered. So I thought that tonight, before I left the clinic, I would answer a few questions for you. So here it goes. First one says, why does my dog eat grass? Well, most of the time when a dog eats grass and it's not the usual for that dog, it means that their stomach is a little upset and they feel like eating grass will actually make them vomit, and they're trying to make them vomit so they feel better at their stomach. But there happens to be several dogs out there that like to graze on grass like cows do, and they really enjoy it. And there's not really anything that says there's wrong with it. Doesn't mean that there's anything missing from their diet. They just like to eat grass. Number 2, how often do I get my dog's anal glands expressed? Well, again, that's going to vary from pet to pet. Some animals actually never need their anal glands expressed. Majority of big dogs are able to express their own glands. Every time they go to use the bathroom, they will squeeze out the last little poop, and that will actually put the anal gland scent onto their poop. And that's the way that dogs always walk around smelling each other's rear ends, and they walk around and they can see where dogs use the bathroom, and they know it's not theirs, because each dog has a different smell to their anal glands, although we all think it all smells horrible. But little dogs have a lot more trouble expressing their glands a lot of times. I think a lot of times they don't get as much activity and exercise as bigger dogs do. So on a routine basis, we can express those usually about once a month. Next, what is a reverse sneeze and how do I treat it? Reverse sneeze is actually, I know that sounds really weird, but when we sneeze out from our sinuses. And when a reverse sneeze is when a dog sucks in through their sinuses. And they get that noise, and I'm going to do it, and y'all are going to laugh, but it's like, and that's a reverse sneeze. And what that usually means is they have allergy drainage a lot of times to the back of the throat. It kind of clogs them up, and then they kind of get choked, and so they're trying to open up their trachea so they can get air down to their lungs. So they breathe in real hard, and then they make that noise. And it scares a lot of people, but if you'll go over there and kind of rub at their throat, a lot of times you'll get them to relax. They'll go right back to normal. And if it's something that's happened on a regular basis, then you should talk to your veterinarian, but a lot of times we'll put them on an antihistamine, usually to help with allergy drainage. And last question for the night, what foods do I recommend? Well, let me tell you, there's lots of foods out there these days. There's foods every single day somebody tells me they feed their dog, and I have no idea I've never even heard of it. And this is my soapbox right here. Do not believe what the people at PetSmart tell you or Rural King tell you about what's the best food, because they're only selling what they're told to tell you to sell, so they make money. I'm telling you what's the best kinds of food to buy for your pet, because I don't care if you buy it from me or where you buy it, just buy the good kind of food. Foods that were here, say, in the last 5 to 6 years, probably don't have a lot of research behind them. Because, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago, the government stopped regulating dog foods. And that's why in the last 5 to 6 years, you've seen a million new dog foods out there. Me and you could go into business tomorrow and create one if we wanted to. But it doesn't have any research behind it. So go with the old brands. I love, personally, Science Diet. All my children, cats and my dogs, eat Science Diet. Different types of Science Diet, but they all eat Science Diet. It has research packed behind it. All the ingredients are from the United States. They're not from over in China or Japan or anywhere else. And it's a really good food. They can show you the documentation behind it. And they have like puppy, and they have senior, and they have light versions, and they have adult. So we can get the kind of food that's best for your pet. I like Royal Canin, I like Iams, I like a Eukanuba, and I like Pro Plan. Those are all my favorites. And why? Because they've got the most research behind them to back them up and say this is good for your pet. The next foods that I'd even say is, heck, I even like Purina Dog Chow better than I like all of these new brands that we really know nothing about. The other thing that really gets me wound up on foods is do not feed a food that's high in protein. Because contrary to the commercials out there that are programmed to reel you in and sell so they make money, your cat is not a bobcat or lynx, and your Pomeranian is not a wolf. That really irritates me. because dogs and cats don't need that high protein. And in fact, we've actually seen a lot of pets to develop kidney disease by eating high protein diets. So no blue buffalo, no wild wilderness and all that stuff. Go with something that's been around for a long time. If you have any questions, always ask your veterinarian. You have a good night. I'm going home. I'm tired.